viewers.
Sure. Oh, wait. No, okay. Hong Kong. Facts. One of the largest settlements in the South China Sea, bordering the South China Sea on the Hong Kong Island and China mainland in the Northern Territories, someplace over there. About 9 million inhabitants. Some 3 million live on the Hong Kong Island, while the other 6 million are living in Kowloon, the place that we are right now, just across Victoria Harbour, and in the Northern Territories, bordering again mainland China. It was a UK province up until 1997, when it has become, by political reasoning, an autonomous special region of China. English was the official language up until 1997, and it is widely spoken here. You won't have any issues in, speaking with the locals or the expats and, of course, the tourists. Some things to notice and some interesting things about this place. Most of the streets, they bear English names, so that will probably be familiar, or at least sound familiar for some of you. The currency, the Hong Kong dollar, is paired, like hard paired, with the United States dollar at around 1 USD for each 7.5 Hong Kong dollars. Of course, card payment and digital payment is widely accepted. Cash is just an afterthought of tourists trying to haggle in the night markets and in the city streets. The food is absolutely delicious. The weather, it is a bit, well, on the edge, because as it was the case today, it could go from 35 degrees and sunny to torrential rain in about 30 seconds, and then back to very hot and humid. You should have an umbrella ready, and you should wear layers with very, very thin clothes. Thank you.
Hello, viewers. We are at the Peak Galleria.
This very large building right here. I don't know if you can see it. Can you? Okay. This is the best known tourist spot in Hong Kong, by far. It is called the Peak Galleria, although the Victoria Peak, the literal peak of the mountain, the Victoria Mountain, is someplace up there. And right over there, that's the terminus point of the Peak tram. And yesterday we promised we will try to take the Peak tram up to Victoria Peak. We failed. We're in the middle of a marathon. We're not participating in that marathon, but we are right in the middle of it. Anyway, we tried to take the Peak tram up to Peak Galleria. We failed because it was very crowded, and we took a bus up to this place in Hong Kong.
I'm sorry, am I the only one who's weirded out about the weather here?
I mean,
It's cooler. I'm weirded out because it's way cooler than it's downstairs, that's one. And two, usually it's hot like hell. Hot and sweaty. And right now the wind is blowing and there's a breeze and it's actually walkable.
the weather is walkable. If you move just a few steps from the entrance to to the Peak Galleria, you will reach this road that circles the Victoria Peak. This road is probably the best alternative to walking up the Peak Galleria. It's a 45 to 60 minutes walk around Victoria Peak, and you get to see all the nice views on the southern side of the island of Aberdeen, and on the northern side of the island of Kowloon, the North Territories, and of course the Hong Kong Island. And if you time your arrival here, maybe 50 to 60 minutes before sunset, the view is going to be even more amazing, because Hong Kong at night is truly something special. I don't think that we are going to do that today, because we're still 1.5 hours from sunset, but we will show you some of the great viewpoints, some of the best places you can stop to admire the view, to take some photos, and maybe just relax and breathe it all in.
Bonus pretty waterfall.
This is one of the vantage points that people will usually stop to admire the sights right there and to take photos. Precisely what we are doing right now.
And when he says complete silence, he means almost complete silence because you have the sound of the cicadas everywhere. Each time we come here to Hong Kong, I stop down the road. There's a pretty nice vantage place and I take the same photo every year. It's my screensaver. I change it every time I come here. And I take it every year. It's not more of a memory thing, but I think it's more like marking the moment that I was there, So I remember it all the time. So it's on my phone and it's on my laptop as well.
A few geeky things about Victoria Peak. Victoria Peak, as the name aptly implies, is the peak of a mountain in the center of Hong Kong Island. Traditionally, it was the living ground of wealthy and influential people here in Hong Kong during the British. Oh my God, being politically correct is such a hard thing to do when English is not your first language. Things haven't changed that much, and Victoria Peak still hosts some of the most, wealthy and probably influential people that are still living here in Hong Kong. Properties here, the price of properties are, oh my God, are so high. You can, I mean, my feeble Romanian mind simply cannot comprehend how can anyone pay maybe 50 million euros for a 100 square meter apartment somewhere in this region, in this area of Victoria. But although this might be a slight exaggeration in terms of price, I think it's a good benchmark. It is incredible what a 15 minutes ride by bus from the city center of one of the largest cities in this part of the world can achieve. You reach this place. It's called the Morning Trail, right? You can see here. This is what it's called. It's maybe 2.8 kilometers from one end to the other. And you can hear the cicadas. Okay, these stairs. And this is as far as I'm going to go. In 2017, we visited the peak. Do you remember that, right? You remember that one?
I do.
We visited Victoria Peak. It was very hot. It was way hotter than today, although it was still in June. And we've descended from the peak on the stairs that, I mean, I don't know, maybe you can see the stairs or maybe you can't. You'll have to trust me. There are some stairs going from Victoria Peak, and that's on top of the hill that I'm filming, and down to this road right here.
You told me it was a short ride. It wasn't.
A ride?
A short walk on the stairs. Emphasis on short and not dangerous at all.
But it wasn't dangerous.
It wasn't dangerous. It was pretty slippery. And as you can imagine, I'm not a outdoorsy person. But funny thing is that he was more scared than I was because he was looking everywhere on the road to see if there are snakes. And you told me that only when we got down.
So May to June is mating season for most of the species of snakes. Is it April? I think it's April to May. It's mating season for some of the species of snakes that live here in South Asia and Southeast Asia. Among some of the reptiles that might bite you, just going to name the king cobra, a resident of this forest. The Chinese cobra, again, a local here. The monocled cobra, I think you see where I'm going with this, right? Not to mention the cousin on the larger side of things, the reticulated python. All those animals live here, in this bush, in this tropical forest, in the middle of Hong Kong. Literally in the middle of Hong Kong, right? 15 minutes by bus from Central.
There's an NGO or something that takes care of the snakes in Hong Kong. So they capture them when they can, or when they are spotted in the city, they capture them and they take them to this place a bit far from here, from where we are. It's called Kadori Farm. And if you want to visit it, it's a pretty nice place to visit, by the way. You're not going to see snakes, weirdly enough. But but it's a very, very nice farm that was, I don't remember exactly the story. It was made by a couple who tried to, or started to, rescue animals, various animals here in Hong Kong. And as the city developed more and more, the poor snakes, they were displaced, and they were probably, you know,
Displaced. It's fine.
displaced, yeah, or stressed out by the construction and stuff like that. So they took them into this Kadori farm.
So much for the serenity and quietness of the place. As you reach the end of this trail, you will most likely see people coming on the trail. It is a Sunday afternoon. There are a lot of people with kids, playing, running, screaming, whatever the kids do. Anyway, you can get a sense of just how beautiful this place is. I mean, I hope you can get a sense of it just by looking at this footage. In this clearing here, in this opening, from this opening, you can see what I think is it's West Kowloon, right there, and part of the Northern Territories, right, up to those mountains and those hills. And right in front of you, there's mainland China. This is one of the very few moments in my life that I wish I'd known a bit more about plants and trees and stuff, because there are a lot of trees here, a lot of green stuff, which I know absolutely nothing about. And I'm not going to try to convince you otherwise. There are some labels on some of the larger trees. I know that we've read those labels once at least. They were kind of interesting, but we kind of forgot what kind of trees. This is the fourth vantage point on this morning trail, or Laggard Road, as you will find it on Google Maps. This is the best of the four, because you get this unobstructed view of Kowloon right there, Hong Kong Island, this bit over here, and West Kowloon, that bit over there, and Northern Territories. And I promise that this is the last shot of this trail vlog. At the end of this trail, we are going to show you one of the places that you need to know about when visiting Peak Galleria. If you are the do-it-yourself type of person that we hope you are, and we hope you enjoy our videos, it is unlikely that you will pay some tens of Hong Kong dollars to go up the top of Peak Galleria to get that nice shot of the Hong Kong Island and Kowloon. You will most likely walk this trail, because it is a 1 hour walk. You'll need a few things. First, you'll need hydration, and I'm going to pinpoint on a map right about now where you can find a 7-Eleven. You can buy yourself some nice Pocari Sweat. Yay, Pocari Sweat. We love Pocari Sweat. Pocari Sweat people, if you're out there, drop us an email. And then the second thing you are going to need, probably, you are going to need a toilet. And there is one available to the public. And it is important. Yeah, this is important. And it is right behind the Peak Galleria Mall. And it is accessible by stairs. And you get to see one of the perfect views in Hong Kong. And no, that's not the toilet. That's...
Can I say you get to pee with a view? Pee with the view.
Okay, guys, this is it. This is that bonus shot I was alluding to. As you can see, there are some stairs. There's a flight of stairs going down to that little place over there with the orange trash bin. On your right hand side is an entrance to a public toilet. This is a need to know, a must know fact about Hong Kong and the Peak Galleria, right? And let me just show you what the view is like from this point here.
A few moments later.
I'm living my best life. I'm having this butter roll for breakfast and a sugar-free Red Bull. I gotta watch your weight. I gotta watch my figure. Don't film the Red Bull. Oh. And we are about to go on one of those cable cars. And you know what I just realized? I'm not sure that the weather is going to be fine up in those mountains. There's a lot of cloud coverage there, and that's where we're going. This place has been built as a starting point for three things, right? For three tourist attractions. First, this big fellow over here, right there, the largest Buddha statue in existence. Second, the Pauline Monastery, and we are going to get to that in a bit. And third, the Wisdom Path, a 1 mile walk, so it's 15 to 20 minutes walk to a opening, a clearing in the forest. There's a shrine celebrating the local culture and some of the local folklore. Unfortunately, the Wisdom Path is closed, or has been closed on June 5th for some civil works. So we are not going to be able to show you that. But we are going to try to at least visit the outskirts of the Pauline Monastery. Does it feel authentic? No, it doesn't. This place has been purpose-built. This is not for you to have a first-hand experience and a first-hand contact, or a second experience with the local culture, with the local habits, with the history of the place. This has been built as an artificial ramp, if you like, to that big fella over there. I know this camera doesn't do a good job at zooming in, but I think it's clear from the picture that this statue here is of important size.
If you come to Hong Kong between June and July, especially on the Lantau Island, you will get to see something special. And that is a wonderful and very large display of water lilies. I'm gonna show it to you guys right now. These water lilies display are a part of one of the largest festivals in Hong Kong of water lilies and lotus flowers. They are a very important part of the culture here because they symbolize prosperity. If you come between June and July to Hong Kong and Lantau Island, you will get to see a variety of hundreds and hundreds of water lilies and lotus flowers that are really, really beautiful to look at. Sometimes there are people that come here and they create these beautiful displays like you see here, and they held contests to establish which display is the most beautiful one.
This is aptly named the Nyongping Piazza. This is the name. This is the official name on the map, right at the entry point of this place. I'm not sure why anyone would call this place a piazza. And write it as is in Italian. But hey, this is not meant for locals. This is meant for tourists, and tourists like to read words. They can, relate to. If you're ever in Yongping 360, you will most likely want to visit this big guy over here. As you can see, there are a lot of people trying to take photos of the statue, right? So this is something that's happening right here at this entry gate. A few interesting facts about this statue. It is one of the largest in the world. It's 34 meters tall. It weighs nearly 250 metric tons, and it has been built in 1993. I think they started construction on it in 1990, but only finalized the construction in 1993. You need to climb 268 steps to get to the top of this hill and visit the statue. There are 3 levels at the base of the statue that you can visit. They each represent different notions of the local folklore, of the lore, and of course the Chinese culture.
Hello, C2K another picture?
Thank you so much. Bye. Okay, guys, this is the Yongping 360 crystal cabin, and as the name aptly implies, it is see-through. It has a see-through glass bottom. And because of the really nice people here at Yongping 360, the Yongping terminus, hey guys, we have this cabin just for ourselves. On the way down, the Yongping 360 cable car system. This is the longest cable car system in the world. The journey from Yongping village, the place that we've just left, to Tongchong, the terminus point of this journey, is about a 22 or 23 minutes ride. They have 3 types of cabins. This is the middle one in terms of costs and luxury. It's called the crystal cabin. They have a standard cabin that is similar to this one in size, but the bottom is hard floor essentially. It isn't see-through. And they have a crystal plus cabin. That's a new addition. They have been operating it for I think it's 2 years now. It looks kind of like this one, but with the lower part of the cabin also made of glass. Now, if my very beautiful wife wishes to turn the camera to her left-hand side, this is a ta-da moment. On the way down, and of course on the way up, but on this cable car ride between the 2 terminus points, you will see on the right hand side going up and on the left hand side going down, 2 of the most amazing construction in the world, in my not so humble opinion. In this shot here, this is the Hong Kong-Macau link bridge, and it links Hong Kong with Macau. The Hong Kong-Macau link bridge on your right hand side, on my right hand side, it's an amazing site. It was an amazing feat of engineering, but they managed to build it in, I think it was less than 10 years. And the bridge spans for 37 kilometers. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments, and I will make sure to add some text in the video about this. And it has been open since 2021, if I remember correctly, or was it 20? No, it's actually earlier. I think it was 2019. Along this cable car journey, you can probably see that there's a footpath, right? Because this portion of Lantau, beginning with the Tongchong terminus and down to Puyo Beach and across the Yongping village, is part of a trail, a Hong Kong trail. It's called the Dragon Back Trail, and it spans the entire length of Lantau plus the Hong Kong island, and you can of course travel by foot. I have an ongoing wager with Alexandra and honestly with myself that I'm still in enough of a fit shape to walk this path by foot, but definitely not in the middle of June in 35 degrees heat. Now, for my aviation geek people, and I know I know the two of you in the comments. Okay, I'm going to grab the cam for a bit. Take a look at this beauty right here. This is my favorite airport in the entire world. This is Hong Kong International Airport. I first landed here in 2013, and it's always such an emotional moment for me to return to this airport. I think this is the airport that's somewhat, you know, awakened this passion of mine for commercial aviation and you know, geekness in general. Some things have developed since our previous visit here. They have recently opened a third runway, and I really hope that this camera does a sufficient job at capturing this moment, but there's a plane landing on the third runway as we speak. And since 2023, they've started construction on the airport's second terminal. It's right here in the shot. As you can see, they are going to extend that terminal building all the way to the left-hand side of your screen. I think it will add up to 35 plus million pax per year capacity to what is already one of the largest airport terminals in the world.
Așa, ca și când aș avea niște sclipici pe față, știi?
Aha.
Dăm și o talpă prin mall-ul ăsta de aici.
Bă, da, putem să ne răcorim înainte să mâncăm.
Aia ziceam, poate găsesc un fortress de la, bă, dar ce frumos e terminalul ăla și nu știu dacă observă, este mult mai înalt, mult mai mare decât înălțimea.
Da.
Hong Kong. Why this place? Why do we love it here? Why should you come here? You go first.
I could give you 1 million reasons of why to come to Hong Kong, but I think it wouldn't matter for you. For me personally, Hong Kong is home, and it's more home than my actual home. So I think that the main reason that I always want to come back to this place is how it makes me feel, and the fact that I find here everything that I'm looking for in a vacation. I have the beach, I have the skyscrapers, I have the amazing city, and a lot of things to do.
So I'm gonna get a bit philosophical. This city will change you. Right? I'm not mincing words and I'm not speaking out of bounds. This city will change you. This is such a great mix of what you probably know about or you think you know about places like New York and London and Shanghai and Paris and well, that's it. Or maybe Sydney, Australia as well. But all in a very condensed package. And it gives you so much. But oh my God, not for 1 second you will be bored.
We are in Times Square, Causeway Bay in Hong Kong. It's one of the most vibrant and busiest districts in New York. Two fun facts from the internet about Causeway Bay and Times Square. So Times Square was built somewhere in 1994, and apparently a few years after it was built, here in Times Square, during the New Year's Eve celebrations, they used to have a ball drop, just like in New York Times Square for the New Year's Eve. So that's fun fact number one. And fun fact number two from the internet is this area around us is home to no less than 238 retailers, and it holds 10, I think, of the most upscale restaurants here in Hong Kong. That is if you're into fancy food.
No,